kahit sabihin mo mag-series of symposiums kayo. Okay,
Carry a dream so pure and bright, voices strong, hearts full of light. With grace and courage, lead the way for a world that's better every day. Though we step back, we stand beside, with pride and faith as your guide. Together we make dreams come true. The torch is yours, the sky is blue.
I am actually doing a
This
startup
is
right
our
now.
farewell.
And
Hand in hand, we pass the torch to those who rise and stand so tall. For beauty's cause, we give our all. With hope and love, the future calls. We're leaving footprints on these halls, a shining path for you to follow.
And my
The
card is
power
also
of
beeping
heart,
because my credit card is
strength of
being,
mind.
charged.
Every
Like
smile,
every time I add
every
email
tear,
marketing, okay,
build
and
the
then $12.
path to
Okay, what
conquer.
happened? I have more. I don't understand what I'm doing, but so I'm the COO. I'm in charge of like starting off the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I'm talking to companies as well.
Yeah.
Maybe we can connect. I don't know if you guys are doing this for other companies
We
as
are,
well.
yeah, for sure. Like we're
Yeah.
actually doing it also for a company in Saudi Arabia, where they want to build an innovation management
But you're
platform.
not based here.
I'm based here.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, okay. Then let's connect.
I
Do you
live
have
in
a
Pasay.
card?
Yeah, I was looking for one, but
Okay. Do you have your phone?
Yeah.
Can you scan my QR code so you can
Yeah.
message me, please?
let's do that.
You shouldn't joke about it. You should tell him that. Yeah.
Oh, hi. How are you? Pleasure to meet you. Oh, perfect. Got it.
That's great.
And I will send you a
Yeah.
WhatsApp message.
That's right. So you're more on WhatsApp.
Yeah. Are you more
I'm Viber.
Viber? I'm also on Viber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Viber would be better because everybody's there.
Okay.
But I also have WhatsApp. The same number
Perfect.
for WhatsApp, WhatsApp, Telegram. Yeah. Mahal na mahal. Yeah, okay.
All right, I'll grab a seat.
Sana we have water here for
We will be starting in a few minutes. Please take your seats, get ready to listen, learn, and enjoy this unique event. We will be starting in a few minutes. Please take your seats, get ready to listen, learn, and enjoy this unique event.
Okay, good.
We gather here, voices of hope for the world we hope to. Through every challenge, we rise above, guided by courage, driven by love. Every dream, every heart plays a vital part. With beauty and grace, we're changing the face of the world. Miss Earth, we are the silver lining, a beacon in the dark that's always shining. Standing for the earth we adore, fighting for the future we're living for. Hand in hand we keep on striving. Miss Earth, the silver lining in our time. From oceans deep to the forest green, we guard the wonders that must be seen. With open hearts we take a stand. Together we'll heal this precious land. Every voice, every call lifts the hope of all. With beauty and grace, we're shaping the fate of the world. Miss Earth, we are the silver lining, a beacon in the dark that's always shining. Standing for the earth we adore, fighting for the future we're living for. Hand in hand we keep on striving. Miss Earth, the silver lining in our time. When the skies are gray, we'll bring the sun. When the race is hard, we'll still run for the love of the earth. We'll stand tall, one voice, one dream for all. Miss Earth, we are the silver lining, a beacon in the dark that's always shining. Standing for the earth we adore, fighting for the future we're living for. Hand in hand we keep on striving. Miss Earth, the silver lining in our time to shine. by courage, driven by love. Every dream, every heart plays a vital part. With beauty and grace, we're changing the face of the world.
In celebration of the 25th Silver Edition of Miss Earth,
And in proud partnership with Diamond Hotel.
alongside our capability training and development sponsor, Pinnacle Pro Learning Center.
Carousel Productions proudly brings you a first-of-its-kind experience. Welcome to the Silver Lining edition of Green Leaders in Action.
Mabuhay, everybody. How are we doing this afternoon? We are here to support one another and support the environment, so I think we can do a little bit better than that. How are we doing this afternoon?
Little bit of energy. There you go.
That's what we're after. Now, magandang gabi. My name is Jessica Lane, and I am your reigning Miss Earth from 2024. And welcome to the Green Leaders in Action Culminating event right here at the Diamond Hotel.
And I am Alfonso Emmanuel. We are so thrilled to see this room filled with everyone here right now, with future change makers, our Miss Earth 2025 delegates, our panel, and our viewers joining us online.
That is right. Today, advocacy meets action. These incredible women sitting right beside you will present environmental projects that were built from the ground up, using project management and pitching techniques designed to make real, measurable impact.
So whether you're seated here at Diamond Hotel or you're tuned in online, cheer loud and be ready, because these eco leaders are here to inspire. Yes. And of course, Jessica, you know what? The delegates have unique learning experience with Green Leaders in Action. This is a first of its kind, a capability training for our delegates. What do you think about that, Jessica?
You know what? I am so impressed with this batch, and I do think they have to be the lucky batch. I mean, Silver Edition, you can't get much better than that. I've actually had a few pageant bloggers ask me for a favorite, and I have to be politically correct, but I just can't pick one. Can you? They're all so impressive.
A lot of strong delegates for this year. And would you have wished that you had this activity last year in your batch?
Absolutely. I mean, celebrating the silver anniversary just gives them that little bit of edge, that little bit of something special. I do wish we had something like this back in our batch. It's such a great opportunity for each of them to learn, and who knows, maybe we'll get to join in on a future session. But now let's see who is assessing this incredible event today. Only a all-women pageant of panels, yes.
The panel is exactly. The panel is inspiring indeed. Now it's time to meet the people who will have the toughest job today. Our brilliant all-women panel of judges. Talk about powerhouse. Starting off, of course, with our first judge. Of course, we're honored to welcome one of our queens, a former business executive, an image consultant, a member of the Association of Image Consultants International, an entrepreneur, a motivational speaker, host and CEO of Imahe Academy, our Miss Philippines Earth 2007. She's a queen of purpose and poise. Say hello to Miss Jean Harn.
Well, now I'm inspired already, but we are just getting started. Also joining us today is a dedicated humanitarian and environmental lawyer, currently working as a court attorney at the Supreme Court of the Philippines, a youth ambassador and Miss Philippines Earth Air 2020. She's one of the voices of women empowerment and advocacy with impact. Can we please give a warm round of applause and welcome Miss Ati Patricia Shirley Santos.
And finally, she is an assistant professor at the University of the Philippines and the head of Development Toxicity and Signaling Research Laboratory of Detox Laboratory Research. She is a licensed teacher, a scientist, an inspiring woman powerhouse rolled into one, Dr. Larry Ann Ipulan Colette. Wow, again, powerhouse all-women panel for Green Leaders in Action 2025. What do you think about that?
You really can't get more inspiring
I
than that,
know.
can you? I know, I'm blushing just being in the same room as them. Now, before we begin today's main event, our Miss Earth 2025 delegates were grouped by continent and underwent a specialized project management and pitching workshop hosted by Pinnacle Pro Learning. They identified pressing environmental issues in their regions and developed project charters, a structured plan with real actionable results.
So today they will pitch their projects to our judges, to everyone here at Diamond Hotel, and to our viewers online. So we have 11 outstanding projects to showcase. Each team will have 5 minutes for presentation and 2 minutes for Q&A with the judges, for a total of 7 minutes total per group. Of course, you will hear a bell when the 5-minute mark is reached. Right there. There you go. And another bell when the 2-minute Q&A is complete.
Well, that's a very exciting bell. I cannot wait to hear all of these incredible presentations. Now, again, we shall be entertaining 1 minute questions per group from the panel. And if time permits, we may take more questions as well. So judges, prepare and keep those questions coming.
And now here's what our judges will be looking for: the Green Leaders in Action champions. So our criteria for judging would be clarity of advocacy is 20 points, project structure and feasibility is 35 points, cohesiveness of the team is 15 points, and pitching and communication skills is 30 points, for a total of 100 points.
Very exciting. Now, before we begin, let's start and meet our teams. Now, all of you have been chosen into the groups that you are provided. I'm sure you're all very excited to begin. First up, can we please welcome the African region, Africa Group 1.
Group 1 is consisted of Ethiopia, Ghana, Kenya, Liberia, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone. Let's give them a round of applause, everyone. Again, let's welcome our first group from Africa.
Killer looks shouldn't kill the world we live in. Fashion industry is the second largest polluter on earth. We are Team Africa #1. Mabuhay everyone. I am from Ethiopia, and our group members, we have Nigeria, Ghana, Liberia, and Kenya. We are honored to be here. Our title focuses on trades of tomorrow. Trades of tomorrow. Behind every fast fashion lies a story of waste, pollution, and struggle. More on our project from my friend Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Miss Ethiopia. What is fashion? Fashion is not just a movement, it is a lifestyle. When you hear about fashion, you think, oh, it's just the outfit that we wear. And yes, as queens, we can say that we are always supposed to show up looking our best. But how do we look our best while protecting our environment? Fashion is not just the outfits that we wear. Fashion is also home ornaments. Fashion is also the design in this hall today. And so what are the problems of fashion? Fashion these days causes waste when people try to not upcycle and try to follow the fast trends. Fashion causes flooding in places like my country, Nigeria. By the end of this year, 2025, Nigeria, Lagos State in particular, will be known as Africa's capital for waste. Now, how do we solve these problems? Let's hear more.
Thank you so much, Ms. Nigeria. As she said earlier, fashion has faced unsustainability for a very long time, especially in Nigeria and Ghana. When you go to the ocean, you see bales of clothing lying at the shores of these oceans. Two major solutions to this problem is upcycling and brand collaboration. especially. Now, as we all stand here, we are all wearing clothes made in Africa through brand collaborations. Thank you.
Our project will not be successful without our budget. Our estimated budget for our project is $380 US. Which $380 US.
$300,000.
300 United States dollars. 380 United States dollars. 380. Thank you. Which will be collected from our sponsors. Our budget is not. If you have a budget, you shouldn't go above your budget, but you should work within your budget. So our project today, we work within our budget. Thank you.
Now, $380 will be a start for our project, which aims to target the biggest tool we have today, social media. We aim to reach at least 1,000 people within the first 3 months on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Now, these people will allow us to build a network, a meaningful network that will allow us to grow our project even bigger. We will start by encouraging people to do sustainable fashion choices, such as upcycling, swapping, restyling of clothes. Now, with this meaningful network that we will have built, we will use to take our project offline. We will start with workshops, school visits, just to reach people at the ground level and ensure that the fashion industry does not come at a cost to our planet. Thank you. Now, as we are walking, we are all wearing sustainable clothes. Myself, this is a hired outfit. I did not need to go out and make another outfit. I had this outfit from my friend, and all the other outfits are made from sustainable materials. Feast your eyes, ladies.
So, we say what?
And now we're ready for the questions from our judges.
Hi, ladies. It's a very good initiative that you have here. Actually, I see a lot of different projects in one whole project. I just ask you, what would be the most prioritized item here in the list? Because I see that, okay, we see a lot of good collaborations that you've done already and you're showing it off. You'll also be doing swap activities, clothing swaps. You're also doing upcycling drives. You're collecting as well and repurposing. So that's actually a project within a project, or projects within a project. I want to know what's the first thing you're going to do. I didn't see a Gantt chart here, but how are you going to do it face by face?
Thank you very much for the question. With all of these solutions, I think upcycling remains a priority among all of them, because till this day, plastic waste is even one of the major productions of waste. And with upcycling, plastics is a major contributor to the reprocessing of plastics into material clothes. So I think upcycling remains a major, a priority for this list. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we still have time. About your budget, right? So that is $380 US. Just in case the budget, for example, it's a little bit lean, right? So if there's one aspect of the whole campaign that you will prioritize, or make sure you do within the budget that you're able to gather, which would it be and why?
Be spreading out the information to the people. focus on campaigns and focus on the social media platforms, because majority of us these days, we are using the Facebook, we are using social media, so we'll focus on that. Thank you.
Right on time. And thank you to Africa One. Let's give them a big hand, everyone. All right. So, Jessica, I think this first project is close to your heart. It's about fashion.
It certainly is. In fact, during Miss Earth and throughout my entire life, my advocacy has been dress for tomorrow, empowering every fashion choice we make to be sustainable.
Yeah.
So seeing the next generation of Miss Earth queens take that to heart means the world to me. In fact, dressing for tomorrow means so much more than just reduce, reuse, recycle. I love that you use the word swap in there. In fact, this dress I got from our one and only Miss Earth Air, and you got it from Miss Earth Iceland. So this is a three-way swap right now. Nothing beats sustainability, and when it comes to looking good, protecting our planet is how you look your best. So can we please give it up one more time for Threads for Tomorrow from Africa Group 1.
Great start. So let's move on to our second group from Africa. Let's all welcome Namibia, Reunion Island, South Africa, Tanzania, and Zimbabwe.
From ocean waste to eco-bricks, building homes and hope in Africa. I'm Janique Bueta from South Africa.
I'm Marilo from Reunion Island.
Ndeshipewa Angula from Namibia.
I am Tinewimbo Dupute from Zimbabwe.
And I am Amina Jige from Tanzania.
Imagine watching your home disappear beneath rising floodwaters. Everything you've built, your memories, flooded away within minutes.
Across Africa, thousands of families live this reality every year. At the same time, millions of tons of plastic end up in our oceans, suffocating marine life and empoisoning our planet.
Two global crises, plastic pollution and homelessness, both having the power to solve one another.
Our project, from eco-waste to eco-bricks, building homes and hope in Africa, transforms harmful plastic into durable eco-bricks that can build homes, schools, and community spaces.
The solution to this is turning waste into walls and despair into hope, because every brick that we build brings us closer to a cleaner ocean and a stronger community.
Africa faces two growing challenges: plastic waste and loss of homes due to devastating floods. Our initiative bridges these issues by transforming waste into sustainable building materials that provide shelter and restores dignity. The aim of our project is simple but powerful: to combat plastic waste to combat plastic pollution while creating safe, affordable homes for displaced families.
Our objectives are guided by the SMART framework. We collect and repurpose plastic from ocean, rivers, and communities to make eco-brick. Within our pilot phase, we aim to build several prototype shelters for families in need. We partner with local communities, schools, and volunteers together and compact plastic waste. Our project directly addresses pollution and homelessness, two of Africa's most urgent issues. The pilot phase will be completed within 3 months, saving the foundation for expansion across the continent.
So, one might ask, how do we make these eco-bricks? Well, we start collecting plastics from communities, rivers, and oceans. Plastic is then collected and compressed into a bottle, creating sustainable bricks that can be used to build schools, classrooms, and community centers. And the best part, eco bricks are not only cost efficient, but they are also environmental friendly, turning waste into something long lasting and life changing.
To ensure long-term impact, we will introduce a community reward system. Children and families who bring in plastic will receive tokens in exchange. These tokens will be rewarded for essentials like food, clothing items, or school supplies, creating a cycle where environmental action directly benefits the community. This approach encourages participation, empowers families, and builds a culture of sustainability. Thank you.
Now, to track our progress, we'll be able to measure the amount of plastic that we collect, the amount of eco bricks that we make, and the amount of shelters that we are able to store for the families. This data will help us refine our approach and ensure that the project remains impactful and achievable throughout the times. Our long-term vision is to expand globally, inspiring community around the world to turn waste into different opportunities across the nations. Because every brick we make, every bottle we save, and every home we build bring us closer to a cleaner, safer, and a hopeful planet. Thank you very much.
And now we're ready for the questions from the judges.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for your wonderful presentation. So first, how are you going to promote in the community the use of such eco-brick? Because if you put it, there will be some level of safeguarding in terms of safety, safety of this eco-brick, this material, because as you've mentioned, it will be used for houses and schools. So how will you ensure the safety of this product?
Thank you for the question. How we will ensure the safety of this product is reaching out to schools and communities. Our main focuses are rural communities because we know that they suffer the most from devastating floods and the loss of their homes. So when we reach out to these communities, we will ensure that we follow the correct measures to ensure that the waste is kept safely and that we can distribute it correctly. Thank you.
Can I ask another question? Yes. So I see that you have a budget here of 802,000 for the whole project, and the breakdown is building a store is at estimated $15,000 to $30,000 for a 10 by 10 square meter store. Have you checked like the budgets, like where it's coming from this numbers? Because I see, I don't know, it's different from the Philippine market. This is gonna be a nice place already if you're using this budget, but we're using the reusable, the waste materials. So I was hoping it would be cheaper.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. This was just used as an estimate so that one can understand what goes into building these homes. So we will reach out to sponsors and they will then help us to source the building materials. And we will also make use of mud, which is used in many communities to build houses currently. So this is just given an estimate of what could possibly be their prices. Thank you.
Thank you so much, group number 2 from Africa. There.
Wow, that was certainly inspiring.
I love the incentive reward system that they use for their project.
That's it. Everybody
Yeah.
loves a little token. And I'm not sure if you guys know this, but plastic waste, microplastics, has actually been found in the farthest part of the ocean from humanity, in the south of Antarctica. So this is a dual problem solving that I would love to see instigated. Now can we please give it up for another round of applause for Africa Group 2?
And we're done with our candidates from Africa. Let's move on to Europe this time. Okay, so group one, Jessica, I'd like to introduce our first group from Europe.
From our first group of Europeans, we have France, Spain, Italy, Portugal, Netherlands, England, Wales, and Scotland.
Hi everyone, so our project is called Roots of Learning, a project that will introduce forest schools that truly plant the seeds for a sustainable future, with the help of our stakeholders, such as the Forest Movement Europe, the Forestry Commission and FERN, who are an organisation that advocate for EU policies in forestry protection.
With the rise of conurbation within Europe, it is vital that we take action now. I'd just like to draw everyone's attention to this image behind us here. Does this image scare you? Because it scares me, and this will be the harsh reality if we do not address this global issue. I believe that with our initiative, we are able to combat this issue within Europe.
So our project proposal is forest schools. Support afforestation by introducing forest schools into Europe. With 2.25 million hectares of forest land lost between 2001 and 2021. Just one mature tree can produce enough oxygen for 2 adults every year. And with Europe's forests covering about 40% of Europe, it's important that we support afforestation. Thank you.
So if you all know, the new generation, the youth, they are the future. And that's why we made a program of every week 30 minutes from the age of 2 till 11. And they will understand with the same passion we're standing here for nature by doing such fun activities. For example, tree planting, we all did this, and it was very fun. Through play and learning more about nature based with the games. And each year at the end, they will give a green guardian, such as here. I hope you can see it all. And they will receive for especially the effort they do each year. Thank you.
So today I'm gonna talk more about what children will do in our forest school project outside door. So I bring with me some props that Happy kindly did. I'm gonna show you. So, sorry. Those are some heat bombs, and the material is a natural craft. So, and these are some, sorry, so okay. This is another little things how children play, and it's all natural. This project is not only an outside activity, but it's also a way to connect children with the nature and also teach them through knowledge and education to respect our Mother Earth. How we can see in the other slides. Okay, sorry, I didn't see. How we can see in these slides, the activity is not only about some children jobs, but also about building things and the campfire. So yeah, it's very, very interesting.
Thank you. For this project, we have 2 objectives. The first is to encourage children to play in nature. The goal is to reward children for their regular participation with medal. Oh, okay. It's recommended to leave 20 minutes children in nature. For this project, we choose 30 minutes to improve mental and well-being. Thank you.
So, our second objective is to promote deforestation in Europe.
Our project specifically targets areas that have been lost in the last 10 years. Our goal is plant 5 native trees per year group per session. We will plant 2,314 trees every year, helping to expand Europe's forest. To conclude, this project is not only about planting trees, it's about planting hope and planting responsibility in the next generation. For the children who is the silver lining of our future, we believe this is where positive change truly begins. Thank you so much.
And now, judges, your questions, please.
Okay. All right. So first off, I would like to commend the group. It was a really good project, and it was very clear. I love the fact that you were using data, and that it was you identified the meets and bounds of the project. But my question would be about the fact that you are mostly also concerned about encouraging children to play in nature, right? So I am curious about how exactly do you plan to measure behavioral change? Because that's one of the most difficult aspects, I think, of the whole project. How do you plan to measure exactly how the children were influenced?
Thank you so much for the question. I think, and as an individual, we've spoken about this as a group, children nowadays are absolutely glued to their iPads and their tablets, that we believe that this can create generational change, that being able to go outside, I know that I grew up as an individual growing up outside and within nature, that it isn't just about this specific project and combating deforestation, but it's also about the education factor, that if the next generation, we teach them to care, then ultimately we can have a greener earth. Thank you.
Again, thank you for your presentation. I appreciate that there's this project that you're thinking about exposing children more into the environment and probably getting more of the use from this forest exposure. So my question is, how are you going to integrate? Because there is a specific activity here wherein you have a weekly 30-minute outdoor nature session with the kids. So would this be integrated in their curriculum, or will it be a separate event? And if so, what kind of incentivization is available if this is a requirement for the school to undergo? Thank you.
I think as it comes to school curriculums, I know that they have to have X amount of time recess, for example, so they need that exposure to be outside and to be in nature. But then additionally, they also have the issue where they have to have physical education. That this not only stimulates a child mentally, but also physically, as they're being outside within our earth.
Thank you so much. That's Europe number 1. Thank you so much, ladies.
Well, how incredible was that? I certainly wish
Encouraging
this
children to play in nature. Jessica, when was the last time you played in nature?
I think just a few days ago, to be honest with you. I wish this program was in place when I was in school. But I think one of the best parts of Miss Earth is how frequently we do tree planting. I think during our batch, we planted nearly 12 trees over the Philippines. So if we could continue this legacy, that would be so inspiring. So keep it up, girls. Can we please have another round of applause for Europe Group 1?
So once again, to the children watching right now, go out and play, right? Okay, now let's move on to our second group for Europe. Let's welcome Germany, Czech Republic, Bulgaria, Romania, Moldova, Austria, Serbia, and Montenegro.
Mabuhay Philippines, good afternoon everyone. I'm Natalie, and I'm the group leader of this project, and I'm very thrilled and excited to introduce our vision. So, because we've all spent some time here in Philippines, and we've seen the threats here in Philippines, we've decided to focus on the issues that are happening here, the issues that Philippines are facing right now. But before I tell you more, I want to ask you one simple question. Did you know that the Pasig River was one called the Dead River? Next slide, please. It was all because how polluted the river was. That's why we all came up with an idea called Clean Flow. We are focusing on restoring and on rehabilitation two rivers here in Manila, Pasig River and Tulahan River. We also want to improve water quality, we want to raise public awareness, we want to encourage local communities to take care, to take a part, and also raise educational about those topics here in Manila. Thank you.
Next slide, please. Thank you. So, a project purpose is defined by the problem that it aims to combat. In our case, this problem is river pollution. So to highlight it, we chose a study that was conducted by the Department of Environmental and Natural Resources in 2021. This study identified that the Pasig River and its tributaries were actually some of the most polluted waterways in all of Southeast Asia.
Industrial waste, domestic sewage, and plastic pollution have severely domestic Manila's river system, leading to loss of aquatic life, waterborne diseases, and urban flooding.
So this project supports the rehabilitation of Manila's rivers, and we achieve that through cleanup drives, through environmental education, and through partnerships with local communities, the barangays. And it also aligns with the Battle for Manila Bay initiative, and this one was launched in 2019 by the DENR to promote clean water ecosystems and community-driven sustainability efforts. Thank you.
Could we please proceed to the next slide? I would like to talk about our main objective, which is to reduce visible waste in selected areas of the rivers. And to do so, we're going to organize monthly cleanup drives with at least 100 volunteers per event, collecting a minimum of 1,000 kilos of waste. And of course, we're also planning to ensure proper segregation and recycling over a 6-month period.
The project also aims to increase public awareness through school visits and community workshops, boosting long-term eco-responsibility among young people and residents of Manila.
The total estimated budget for this project would be 140,000 PHP.
We're now moving to the stakeholders part. Who are the individuals or who are the groups that will be involved in or affected by the project? So the first one to be is the Department of Environmental and Natural Resources, who is DANR, meaning Regulatory and Technical Guidance. The second one will be Local Barangay Councils, meaning Coordination and Community Engagement. Not the last one, volunteers and NGOs, on-ground implementations, schools and universities because they are very important, educational outreach and youth involvement, and the last one to come, local residents, direct beneficiaries, and long-term stewards of the project.
Thank you so much for listening to our proposal. We hope that we could inspire you to clean the Philippines rivers with us and to hopefully get a cleaner and sparkling future for all of us. Thank you.
Judges, your questions?
I think this project is going to make Filipinos more excited because since you are doing it in the Philippines, are you staying here? does that mean you're gonna be staying here longer in the Philippines to implement this project in if ever?
We will see. I guess that depends on the support we get.
Yeah, but I'm glad that you actually made the Philippines as the focus of this project. Actually, you can also do this in other countries or your countries as well. But my question is, how different is it compared to the current projects that has been being done now in the Pasig River and Tolian River? Because I know Pasig has been doing this for several decades already, and the municipality of Pasig has been very active on this. Have you checked, researched, talked to, or checked it online, or about the projects that's being done in Pasig River already? And how different is this project to theirs?
Yes,
Thank you.
we've checked that, and the main key here is that we want to focus on the education to avoid this. We've read that Denner is actually making many cleanups at the Pasig and Tulahan rivers, and it got very better from the 90s and the 1980s, 90s. It was pronounced dead, but it's getting every year, so I'm very grateful for that. But also, if we want to avoid this from happening again, we need to raise awareness to education.
So it's more continuity.
Yes. Thank you.
Speaking of continuity, so actually this kind of project, that its success is highly dependent on the volunteers that you will get. So how are you going to strategically invite volunteers to actually perform this duty regularly? Thank you.
So the strategy that we thought about is that Miss Earth, we have this amazing platform. People know us and our voices can be heard. So we would like to implement our status that we have here in the Philippines and the way that people know us to do something good, to use our voices and our names in a way to motivate people to come with us and actually get in the water with us and to work hand in hand with the locals so that we can use our voices for good for the Philippines. Thank you.
That's why I really have to stay here. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Europe Group number 2.
Beautiful. That was so inspiring.
Yes.
Now, the Philippines is one of the most biodiverse places on Earth, but of course, with Manila being the most populated city in the world per capita, the rivers need our love and they need our help. So I would love to see this project implemented.
On behalf of the Filipinos, maraming salamat sa ating group number 2 for choosing this project for the Philippines. All right? So we're now down to our last group for Europe. Jessica.
That is right. Up next, we have Europe Group 3, Sweden, Norway, Finland, Estonia, Ukraine, Russia, Armenia, Iceland, Albania, and Poland.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Armenian. My name is Anush Kalashan. Our presentation is called the Last Snow Hole.
Hello, I'm Birgit, Miss Estonia.
Hello, I am Julie.
Hello, I am Clea.
My name is Ida.
My name is Tilde.
My name is Soltis.
Hello everyone, my name is Maria, I'm Miss Ukraine.
Hello, I'm Justina.
Good afternoon everyone, my name is Elizaveta.
Winters are changing quickly across many northern and eastern countries.
In only a decade, we have lost 16 days of snow, and the number keeps increasing annually. Less snow means more floods, less fresh water, and more heat.
Do you remember the joy of snow? Make sure that all future generations also have the opportunity to explore the beautiful winters and snow. The last snowfall is not just about the snow melting, it's about the earth losing its balance.
Our project is focused on education and collective action to protect winter. The campaign's goal is to raise awareness towards the impact that global warming has towards our winter. And by this, we are hoping that people will motivate and take small but meaningful steps.
Hi, can we change the slide, please? Thank you. So it would include public campaigns such as art installations that highlights the issue through social media and community events. We would also like to implement educational material that we could distribute to schools, because the younger generation, together education, is the key for a sustainable future.
To make this happen, we will collaborate with local communities and our governments in our countries. Through the partnership, we will be able to distribute educational materials to schools and also to create valuable events. Additional to this, support the events we are creating.
Our goal is to reach 40% of the schools in our region and a media reach of 10,000 followers by the end of June 2026. To make this possible, we are seeking 58,000 euros to create impactful materials, digital tools, and events across our region.
The aim is simple: make people see that winter's loss affects us all, encourage behavioral and systemic change, inspire communities to act together.
Just like in the movie The Grinch tried to steal the Christmas and winter and to the joy of Christmas and winter. And the climate change is our real-life Grinch that slowly steals the snow, the cold, and the beauty of the season.
Let's make sure that our future generations will see the perfect winter, snowfall, and our perfect temperature. The changes we have seen show that it isn't an instant issue. It's what's happening right now and right here. The last snowfall isn't just about losing snow. It's about that our Mother Earth is losing balance.
And now we are going to present a Netflix series, and let's see together how the climate change has affected these countries.
There were some music, but technical problems.
It may be banned, but we can enjoy it.
And now they're ready for your questions, judges.
Thank you, ladies, for the last snowfall. Particularly, I am from a country who is not used to snow, right? So I've seen snow, but some of my countrymen have never seen snow. So my question would be, how would Project Snowfall now relate, Like, how would Project Snowfall be able to spread, or how will it benefit the people from countries that are outside the affluent European nations?
Thank you for your question. I think it's important, like even though we don't have the same weather conditions, I think it's important with education and that we learn about what different struggles we have through the countries. So maybe we can relate through the floodings that we also have, or to see like how cold we have in our countries. In Sweden it can be -26 and you still go to school, and here it's too hot. So I think we can relate even though we don't facing the same problems or the same environments. Yes.
Okay, so this project is more about information dissemination, right? Awareness campaign. But how can you make people act and do their part as well? Like, because we already know about global warming. We know a lot of things about, you know, the glaciers melting and things like that. Even in every country, there's different things going on in the weather. But what are the solid things that we need to do to be able to help, like, lessen those things?
Thank you for the question. Participating in the Miss Earth competition, that is beauty for a cause, gives us a voice, so we can use it for a cause. As I said earlier, we want, by this project, to motivate people to take small but meaningful steps. Thank you.
I can also add to that question that we would like to work with the government, because laws also is important in this situation.
Thank you so much. Number 3 from Europe. Now take your seats, yes.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Can we please have another warm round of applause for Europe group number 3?
So winters are appearing, right? That's
And our summers are extending.
Yes.
We certainly need more empowering women like this to continue changing the world for the better. Now, next up, we are beginning our Asia and Oceania groups. Would you like to read us out?
Yes, of course. Our group 1 from that region would be Bangladesh, India, Nepal, Mongolia, Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia.
We'll give it up for Asia and Oceania Group 1.
Good evening to one and all present over here. Mabuhay, Philippines. Every minute, our planet chokes over 1 million plastic bottles, yet we walk past by the waste as if it were invisible. In India, in Asia and Oceania, our rivers are clogged, our air is polluted, and our earth is crying for help. Through Re-Earth, we aim to create a movement of waste warriors, inspiring youth to do cleanup projects, create awareness on social media and in schools and colleges, and to give our earth the healing it truly deserves. Let's all come together, rethink, relearn, and re-earth.
So our main purpose is to educate and create awareness about the plastic pollution and waste management. So we are targeting schools where we will be providing an educational workshops and also fun activity, learning about the coded bins, also 5 Rs, and waste segregation. We will also like to encourage the youth participations for all the cleanup drives.
So we have 5,000 people target minimum by 6 months in Asia and Oceania, conducting 1 workshop school every week, including public and private schools. Another is creating awareness through social media such as TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And our target is to reach 1 million views in 6 months by using the social media platform.
And then for Clean Up campaign, we will list Young Diver Clean Up campaign, mobilizing over 1,000 passionate volunteers to collect more than 5,000 kilograms of plastic waste within just 3 months.
So, we have already explained about what we are going to do every week.
But now let's talk about what else we can do apart from knowing how to manage plastic for saving the planet from plastic. Actually, we have got alternative for plastic for sure. I mean, do we actually need to use plastic spoon in our lives? Let's upgrade the lifestyle. Use wooden or stick ones. They don't break out with the environment. Let's tell me a joke. Swap your plastic bottle for a reusable one. It is like dating someone who is loyal instead of a guy who is one-time fling, right? If each of us make just one small change every day, we will wake up to a cleaner, greener, and maybe even cooler tomorrow.
So, a plan without budget is just a dream. We have a budget for our advocacy, for our plan, to make a step-up project structure. We have categorized and we have description our budget. So first category will be color-coded bins and infrastructure. The red color will be for hazard, blue will be for recycle, green will be for organic, and yellow for plastic. We have gathered $2,000 for this budget. And next will be the cleanup drives, which will be monthly for 6 months. Here we will do the large-scale cleanup events for tools, gloves, and recycle bags, banners. Our budget will be $1,000 here. And the third will be school workshop, eco-training, monitoring, student, and engagement, the environmental education, training materials. Here our budget will be $1,000. And at least the next will be social media awareness boosting. We will use a hashtag, which is our project hashtag, will be Re-Earth, and we will post on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and here our budget will be $1,500. In total, $5,500. And we will be gathering this budget by crowdfunding, campaign, and by social NGOs. There are many kind of organizations like Patagonia and the Body Shop. You have heard this work for environment. And do you know the world produces 460 million plastics every year, and Asia is the largest continent of this whole world. It covers about 30% area of this earth. So let's start initiative to Re-Earth, which is a plastic-free world, of course. Thank you so much.
For us, Re-Earth is not just a project, it's a movement. It's a movement to inspire the youth and create awareness. Let's all come together, create awareness, and make real change in our society. Thank you so much, everyone.
Judges, your answers, please.
Yes. Thank you very much for the presentation. Actually, this project is more on the information campaign. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. So, how do we drive the information campaign to actual action? So, what strategies do you have? For example, what kind of supporting framework do you envision to optimize the decision to actually campaign for the use of sustainable alternative materials rather than plastics?
Thank you, ma'am. That's an amazing question. So we would like to do initiative to reduce plastic because our project is about Re-Earth. We will start by schools and the platforms we can access because we are now in Miss Earth, and this is a powerful platform. When we were in our home, nobody would notice our voice, and now my voice is my country's voice, the world's voice, and my team delegates who are with me, we are all together, we can make a change. So if we start this initiative, we will collaborate with NGO project and other project which is international and national in our countries, as well as in Philippines. We have visited a lot of schools like STI College, and there's a lot in Philippines. So we can collaborate with them if we stay in the Philippines itself. And yeah, so we are hoping for it. And not every work it happens without action. So we are trying to make actions by collaborating with companies. I am an entrepreneur. Myself, I am an entrepreneur, and I can also collaborate with many kind of brands to maintain my project. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Asia and Oceania Group 1.
Right. Thank you, ladies. I love the analogy they used, Jessica. Using plastic is like having a date with a one-time fling. Did you get that? That's a really
That
great
gave me
analogy.
a good little chuckle, it certainly
Yes.
did. And in Australia, we actually banned plastic straws a few years ago, and here in the Philippines, they're using cassava straws now, which is
Yes.
very inspiring. So I think you guys are on the right track with that one. Next up, we have Asia and Oceania Group 2.
We have here Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Pakistan, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Macau.
And we are nearly halfway there.
It's a wrap! It's a wrap! Yes, it's a wrap for textile waste and paper waste. Do you guys like gifts? I love gifts. And have you ever wanted to keep those gift wrappers because it's aesthetically very pretty, or maybe because it's given by a loved one? I do. But most of the times, those gift wrappers end up in the trash because of its one-time use purpose. But what if I told you we could actually reuse gift wrappers as much as you want? Yes, as much as you want. Wondering how? We will unwrap further.
Thank you very much, Singapore. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the presentation of Asia Group 2. Well, to further that claim, the Philippines generates 267,000 of tons of textile waste each year. And to give you guys a visual representation, it is as much as 24,000 garbage trucks filled, or 3 times as heavy as the Mall of Asia complex. That's how much textile waste we are producing each year here in the Philippines. And we want to address that problem by introducing to you the project It's a Wrap. We would address the problem by reducing textile waste, empowering our local tailors, and promoting sustainability through a cultural yet practical solution. Yes, it's also cultural because we want to revive the traditional Japanese art called furoshiki. It's the Japanese art of making a gift wrap based on clothes. And through that, we want to tell everybody that we believe every wrap should tell a story and that every gift should be a gift to the earth.
So we have 5 R's. Reduce, recycle, reduce, reuse, recycle, rethink, and respect. We aim to recycle 300 wraps from November to December to donate them to local schools in Philippines. Thank you.
So our project gives new life to textile scrap, and instead of letting them go to waste, we focus on we transform them into reusable gift wrap and ribbon, and celebrating creativity and sustainability. And we work locally through small-scale business workshop and partnership, and we do not use synthetic and non-biodegradable fabric. That is how sustainably gifting with heart, impact, and responsibility with our Mother Earth.
Our project focuses on sustainability through 6 points
It begins with responsible material and an eco-friendly production process. Through community engagement, we encourage people to take part in green action. With awareness and advocacy, we inspire others to protect the planet. And through monitoring and evaluation and continuity, we make sure every effort creates and lasts change.
Budget. Sewing supplies 15,000, workshop 12,000, volunteers 6,000, campaign 8,000. So total is 41,000. Funding will come from our partners and shareholders.
Some of the major risks that we might face in our project are insufficient textile donation, as our project relies heavily on donated textile scraps. We might also face low community engagement, limited production, and sustainability beyond project duration. As once our project ends, keeping the initiative alive requires ongoing support, funds, and also partners.
Our stakeholders include us, the group with me, and we would work closely with our partners and shareholders.
Thank you. Judges, your questions, please.
All right, so it's a wrap. Thank you. Well, I have to commend the ladies here because I really think that the concept is strong. It's visual, it's simple, and relatable. Now, my concern will be health standards. Like, how would you be able to ensure that the materials that you're gathering will be hygienic and safe for people to use?
All right, so as mentioned, can we please go back to like the budget, please? Thank you very much. So we have included in the budget, we have here our sewing supplies, workshops, volunteers, and campaigns. The workshops will include safety and sanitation practices for our tailors, and that will also include workshops for students, for eco-volunteers to be able to know how to sew, and at the same time be able to market their own products. And so that would be included in our budget for the workshops.
Speaking of budget, that's actually where my question will be coming from. So you have a budget of 15,000 for materials. You are actually getting donations, scrap donations. What other materials are you talking about? Threads?
The sewing machine. So we need to procure the sewing machine.
Oh, so this is the worth of the sewing machine.
Yes, we have procured. This one is actually
How
cheap
many?
because the regular sewing machine costs more than that. So the sewing machine that we're planning to acquire is second-hand as well.
So this is only one?
And that is just for them to be trained for the workshop.
Okay, and then they can do it in their own houses. You're talking about the workshop for the sewers and
Because we're just planning to create 300 of these to be donated to local school here in the Philippines. And I think, and we as a team, sewing machine can be.
Thank you so much for ladies. Ayan.
And now wrap on It's a Wrap.
Yes.
Especially
Thank you,
coming
yes.
up to Christmas. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, I have a in here. And congratulations on the full production a while ago. Wala kapagpalahi pa sila. Congratulations, ladies. What do you think about that, Jessica?
Well, especially coming up to Christmas time, it is a really creative and ingenious way of letting our waste.
Exactly. Yes, yes. So let's now move on to our, I think, last group from this region. Jessica, like to introduce?
It makes sense that I read this one out. Next up, we have Asia and Oceania, starting with Australia, New Zealand, Lebanon, Turkey, United Arab Emirates, Uzbekistan, Hong Kong, Indonesia, and Northern Marianas.
Imagine a world where the wisdom of women, especially Indigenous women, guides us on how to care for our planet. this could easily be our world. Our women are our leaders. They have the knowledge on how to heal our planet, like has been done historically. We are disconnected in honoring the knowledge of women. It's vital that we recognize their importance in healing our earth. Indonesia?
Thank you. Climate change is getting worse. We need to give more opportunities to the women, especially indigenous women, to share their knowledge and stories. These changes are important so that people can remember their wisdom and living in harmony with nature before we lose more our beautiful planet, plants, and animals. Thank you.
Our project empowers leads in sustainability through immersive community-led, eco-dominated experiences in 9 events in our 9 different countries, all within a year. Visitors learn directly from local women and elders about changing lands, seasons, and sustainable living while supporting a women-led eco-tourism business model that reinvests profits back into communities worldwide.
Join us in restoring balance between people, culture, and nature. Sponsor part or participate and lead and connect. That is why our project is titled Women Wisdom Tour Stories of Land and Voices of the Earth. Ms. UAE will now introduce our project purpose.
Thank you so much. This project empowers women as leaders in sustainability through immersive community-led eco-education experiences where visitors connect with local women to learn about how the land, season, and community life has changed over generations. It directly addresses the environmental issues of climate change, environmental degradation, and the loss of traditional ecological knowledge that once guided sustainable living on our earth. Now I pass my mic to Miss Hong Kong. Oh, sorry.
Thank you. For actions between people, culture, and environment, the project strengthens community resilience, climate awareness, and women's economic empowerment, aligned with Royal Principle 20 and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 5, gender equality, 12, responsible consumptions, and 13, climate action. Next slide, please, for Ms. Turkey to start with objectives.
Objective 1 is empowerment to establish fully women-led collective by April 2026, providing at least 20 women with training and income opportunities in sustainability tourism and craft production. Uzbekistan.
Our objective 2 is education to delivery. For example, 9 eco-tours was the first year to climate education, intergenerational knowledge sharing, and sustainable living workshops.
Objective 3 is impact, to achieve measurable awareness growth by surveying 80% of participants with at least 90% reporting improved understanding of women's role in climate action and sustainability. With our project objectives shared, we would like to now share some knowledge from our women, from our countries, to demonstrate the knowledge that can be shared on our tours.
So in the UAE, local women help us to cook only with local ingredients, which means a lot because this is actually what makes sustainable living possible.
In New Zealand, clothing, housing, and tools made by our Maori people were made from flax, wood, and stone, materials that decompose naturally.
And for example, from experience, Myanmar always start her morning. In every morning, she feeds the cat and yard. So she taught us to our protect our earth and connecting animals.
Judges, your question.
Thank you very much for this project. So this project puts women at front and center of in the international stage. These are empowering women in tribal communities or indigenous communities. So how will you circumvent around this problem or concern?
That's an amazing question. A part of our project is we would like to connect with local governments and consultants to make sure that we can bridge the gap between any disconnect with cultural sensitivities and understandings, but connecting with so that there is transparency in the relationship. In Australia, these tours are already occurring, and here in the Philippines, I was blessed to experience one in Davao with a local indigenous tribe. But our standpoint is that we want to empower a local group of women only, because women are our future to heal climate change.
Can I add more? And in Indonesia, we have a similar project called Bumi Journey, but men take part of that. So in my opinion, our project is more safety because we all women in as a leader in leading education experiences. And we can also collaborate with ecotourism communities in each country as pilot projects to create a greater and more impact. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much to our group. Thank you so much, ladies.
Asia and Oceania Group 3, how empowering. Thank you so much. We certainly have so much to learn from the local and indigenous women all over the world. I am so empowered from that presentation. I hope to go back to Australia and learn some more.
Yes, and now moving on to our last region for today. Let's now move on to our first group from the Americas. We have Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Peru, Venezuela, and Ecuador.
Mabuhay, Philippines! Hello, everyone! How do you feel today? Good? Yes? Who likes music here? Everyone. You? Yes? Who likes fashion here? Me too, yeah. Who likes culture here? Who likes take care and protect the earth? All of them, right? I am Maciel, Miss Earth Peru, and this project is about the Eco Festival art.
Eco Art Festival is to create an amazing experience for people and at the same time take care of our Mother Earth. With art, music, and fashion, we can connect creativity with sustainability, showing that culture can be a powerful tool in environmental awareness.
Este proyecto tiene como inspiración actuar desde la responsabilidad.
This project has the inspiration to act by responsibility,
celebrar la belleza de la naturaleza,
celebrate beauty of nature,
y actuar y entender que nuestro proyecto va mucho más allá desde el amor, el arte y la música.
Our project goes beyond with love, art and music.
Nuestra sociedad tiene la creencia errónea de que la ecología es aburrida.
Our society has the wrong belief that ecology is boring.
Pero no es así y aquí estamos nosotros para demostrarlo.
But it's not like this, and here are we to demonstrate it.
Porque no es solo necesaria.
Because it's not only necessary,
sino también puede ser cultura y alegría.
It can be culture and joy.
Next slide, please. And next slide again. Okay, thank you so much. We are going to collaborate with local artists, a school, influencers, and ecological entrepreneurs to ensure effective execution. We are going to plan in 2 months and make the festival on the beginning of the new year because it's the best moment to change our mentality to make different things and protect environmental.
Festival is a symbol of union, art, love, and protect there, who artists creating art and also conscience. Every steps creating big things.
Reaching over 1 million people through social media. It's become a vibrant It's become a vibrant project where sorry, where actors and partners come together for a common cause.
We well know nowadays people prefer buying experiences rather than products. 80% of world people are investing in experiences. That's why we believe our project is also achievable economically. We are going to use marketing strategies to weaponize this mission with a clear strategy. Arts and culture can change people's mind and can change the world through ludic strategies. We are America's Group. Thank you for your attention. I am Argentina,
Venezuela,
Chile, Ecuador, Peru,
Brazil, Colombia. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Judges, your questions, please. Judges, your questions, please.
Okay, thank you for this festival, right? So it's going to be like a fair. For me, my primary question would be about, I'm very curious about the use of art for fostering behavioral change, right? So I just wanted to know if you had evidence or examples in your countries, perhaps, that artistic expression does lead to measurable ecological outcomes. Thank you.
Thank you really much for your question. It's well known that art is not only something to enjoy, but to reflect. True art causes emotion. So when we experience art, we experience emotions in our brain, and our brain is the one leading our decisions. That's why arts can be a tool for changing the world and people's behaviors.
Thank you very much for this project. Please invite us when this is implemented. Yeah, one of your core activities is that you need to collaborate with artists and designers. So what would be your strategy to encourage them? Or what would be your buy-in strategy for them or incentivization so that they will join this festival?
I will translate for my colleague. ¿Cuál sería la manera de empujar, impulsar a los artistas a querer participar en nuestro evento?
Thank you for a question. Bueno, primero que nada, impulsaríamos a los artistas haciendo actividades orgánicas.
First of all, we will impulse artists by organic activities.
Normalmente las personas se interesan muchísimo en las actividades donde puedan participar.
Normally, people get very interested in activities that make sense for them.
Aprovecharemos el talento para conectar con aquellas cosas ecológicas que nos sirven.
We will use talent to connect with ecological things that are useful for us.
Y mediante eso vamos a tener éxito.
And by this, we're going to have success.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, ladies.
Beautiful. I'm
I
sure
love
everyone.
that. Jessica, art and music and fashion in one festival. How do you like that? Okay, thank you for that.
Absolutely. I think everyone in this room absolutely loves art, music, and fashion. So it's
Yes.
incredible to see how it can be brought together in a sustainable way. Now, next up, we have another group from the Americas and the Caribbean.
Let's have Cuba, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Jamaica, Belize, Honduras, and Nicaragua.
Mabuhay. Each one of the queens you see here today has a powerful story, a testimony as to why they care for the earth so deeply. Before I was an advocate, I was a patient. For many years, I suffered from extreme allergies and asthma, so severe that I was in the emergency room many times to the brink of death. And when doctors didn't know what to do with me, I had to research on my own. And when I was in law school studying environmental justice, I learned that unfortunately, my story was not unique at all. Millions all over the world suffer from disease caused by pollution. That's why it's so important to teach the next generation of children who will inherit the earth to heal it and to heal each other. We are sick because the earth is sick. And that is exactly the message that is in the book, The Little Fire Princess. It was a story I wrote over 10 years ago, but the message still stands true today. And through sharing this story, but now with words alone, we have become a global movement in which the queens of the earth will plant gardens and fruit trees to inspire the children to do the same.
We're cultivating more than gardens. We're growing a mindset, inspiring children to become change makers in food security through hands-on gardening, environmental awareness, and teamwork. When kids learn to grow their food, they learn to grow their future. Change starts with each and every one of you. So join us in making a difference. Sign up to be a volunteer today.
Queens of the Earth Garden florece como una alianza entre los delegados de las Américas, unidos por una misma raíz, sanar la tierra y a los que los habitan. A través de cada semilla plantada, sembramos esperanza, conciencia y alimentos, cultivando un futuro más verde y más humano.
In translation, she said that Queens of the Earth Gardens flourishes as an alliance between the delegates of the Americas, united by the same root, to heal the earth and those who inhabit it. Through each seed planted, we sow hope, food, and consciousness, cultivating a greener and more human future.
Este problema lo abordamos desde los centros educativos, como enseñando a plantar árboles frutales y sus respectivos jardines. De esta manera crearemos sistemas de producción integrado, que es nuestra primera base.
And their respective gardens that will nourish both the earth and the human body. Creating an integrated production system is the foundation. So when we visit these schools and we create these activities, we are showing children that caring for nature also means caring for themselves. By having them hands-on in these activities, they are growing deeper connections with the plants that they are planting and also with food security.
Fortalecer la alfabetización ambiental y la participación comunitaria también es nuestra base, porque de esta manera sembramos en su corazón esa semillita de amor que ellos también sembrarán en la tierra.
Strengthening environmental literacy and community participation is our core. In this way, we plant hope in their hearts, just as the way they plant on this earth.
This is all to drive the message home that if we feed the earth, it feeds us right back.
On our next slide, our first objective is to plant 10 sustainable gardens or fruit trees per delegate within 4 months across schools, hospitals, and parks
to promote environmental preservation and food security. This will be achieved by partnering with the Forestry Department in our respective countries and individual sponsorships.
So our goal would be to educate 1,000 children, 100 volunteers, and 20 school administrations in each of our respective countries. This will be measured by 80% of participants showing improved gardening and environmental skills, and 90% of gardens and trees thriving 6 months after planting.
And I will also donate 100 copies of The Little Fire Princess to each of the queens as a start to drive the message home when we plant these gardens. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Questions from the judges, please.
All right, so great job on the proposal, ladies. I have to say, I love the budget. It's very realistic, spreading it out across different countries. But my concern will be, how will you ensure that this project tackles environmental degradation beyond the awareness aspect? Like, for instance, how do the gardens address soil pollution, waste, or biodiversity loss in each country?
So I think awareness is a start, but it's also important action. That's why we are inspiring the next generation of children to take action with their own hands. I don't like to underestimate the power of community and the power that we have in our own hands to make change. And if we teach the next generation, we're only one step closer to being that change. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this project proposal. I hope it would be implemented regardless of any other circumstances. So you mentioned here that you will plant sustainable gardens. So when you say sustainable gardens, is it meaning because of the sustainable source of food, or you are employing some innovations to make the garden sustainable?
So I believe that we will use sustainable irrigation systems, so that these plants can also be taken care of in a sustainable way. And when you said the implementation, most of us have been implementing it in our countries, so we have found a way or an idea of how we can make this sustainably done in our countries.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, ladies. I think I want a copy, Jessica. There you go.
I've actually had the
Thank
pleasure. I
you.
already have a copy, and now I will share it with someone.
Let's promote this online.
Absolutely. It is certainly such an inspiring book. Thank you so much for educating the next generation. And up next, we have our very last group of delegates.
Jessica, care to introduce our last group for the day?
It would be my pleasure.
Yes.
Up next, we have the last group from Americas and Caribbean. We have USA, Canada, Mexico, Cayman Islands, and El Salvador.
Mabuhay, and thank you all for being here today. My name is Haley Poe. I am Miss Earth USA, and we are the Clean Consumption Coalition. You may not know it, but every time you consume food or liquids from a plastic container, you are also consuming microplastics that are harmful to your health and to the environment. Microplastics have been linked to endocrine disruption and cancer, and the #1 way that we consume microplastics is through the food industry. Today, we are all wearing elemental colors because we understand that microplastic pollution impacts every aspect of our environment. We are here to address plastic pollution at the source through legislation and education. By directly educating individuals in the food industry about sustainable changes they can make to reduce plastic consumption, we can provide safe and healthy options for consumers. Through bold legislative change, we can provide an impact that outlasts our time as title holders and creates a plastic-free future for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you. And my name is Haley, and I am from Canada. Can we have the next slide, please? So the purpose of our project is due to the fact that 40% of the world's plastic is coming from fast food containers and food containers in general. And the problem is that many of these containers are not recycled properly or disposed of properly, so they're ending up in our environment, much like the picture here in the slide. This is an issue that is affecting not only our environment, but our people, because we're having a lot of different health issues. So I will pass on the slide, please.
Good afternoon, beautiful people. I am Leticia Bush, representing the beautiful Cayman Islands. Now we know the issue. The issue is foam that will not go home and takeout that is literally taking out our planet. But not to worry, no, we have a plan. A bold, green, get it done by 2026 plan in order. Yes, we plan to meet with political representatives from every country to provide tax incentives on eco-packaging, as well as a ban on plastic straws, cups, and all other single-use plastic. As an aspiring lawyer and politician, I know if it's not in black and white, it is not right and it will not be implemented. And that is why this is our top priority. Thank you. Allow me to pass on to Miss Mexico.
Okay, Philippines. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Genesis Vera from Mexico, and in the second part of our project, we will talk about industry training, which one will begin in January 2026. It's an initiative designed to bring sustainability directly into the heart of business. In the main time of the project will be starting quarterly 6-week online cohorts, and industries will have the opportunity to learn about sustainable package practices and receive certifications for implementing eco-friendly swaps. This program is not only about reducing waste, it's more about it. It's about transforming the way industries thinks, produce, and thank you so much.
Good evening, my name is Alejandra Perez Matus and I represent El Salvador. To conclude our presentation, the Clean Consumption Coalition is more than just an idea. It's a movement to change the way that we eat. Through tackling plastic pollution at the source, we can protect our health and our environment. We are doing this through education, collaboration, and policy change, ensuring that awareness turns into action. Together, we can build a cleaner, safer future, one bite at a time. Thank you so much.
Okay, judges, your questions, please, for the last group.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Good job on this project, but I have a few questions. First off, you have, because I want to look at the project where the budget really is making, I want to have a lean budget for every project that you actually pitch here. So I just want to ask you, you have a budget of 3,670 in total, and for the 2,500 of that, it will go to the electronic devices for 5 people. Is it for all, what electronic devices are we talking about here?
Thank you for your question. We made an estimate including any overhead expenses that we can expect to use, and we tried to be realistic in that, and we estimated $500 per computer, and us being the 5 members of the coalition.
Per computer?
Yes.
Okay.
And if that is not needed, then we would just be under budget.
Oh, okay, I see. In case, so for example, because you will be the one teaching here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so assuming you don't have a laptop or a cell phone, something like that, is it? Okay. And so how many sessions are you planning to do per person for this whole project?
So for this educational component of the project, it would be based for companies that have takeout or produce or give out food, and we would be educating them on the impacts of takeout and the the trash that it creates, and we would be providing them a certification process. So if they're able to take our information and then make a change to a more sustainable products, then we would provide them with a certification that they are eco-friendly.
So it depends on how many companies will say yes to your pitch.
Yes.
Okay.
It can be a one-on-one basis, or it can be a group basis.
All right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much to our last group for today. Ladies, congratulations. You may now take your seats.
Well done to every delegate who has presented this afternoon. You have all been so truly inspiring, and I cannot wait to see where your projects take you. I certainly hope that each one of them is implemented in the near future, as we can all contribute to a greener and healthier tomorrow.
I think everyone deserves a round of applause tonight. Congratulations and maraming salamat. Yan. After weeks and weeks of hard work, we'll find out later who our medalists are for the Green Leaders in Action 2025.
That's right, and this is actually the first time Miss
Yes.
Earth has run this project, and it was really incredible to see how you all came together, not only to work alongside one another, but to support each other country. That truly is what separates Miss Earth from the rest of the world, the sisterhood that is connected through environmental advocacy.
Yes, and I think, Jessica, we are at the perfect time right now to thank some of our partners and sponsors for this year's edition, right?
That is right. While our judges deliberate on, I'm sure will be a very tough decision, we would like to begin by thanking Pinnacle Pro Learning Center, our capability development partner. Can we please give them a quick round of applause? Now I'm sure we're very excited to hear who the winner of this special event is, so I will quickly run through the incredible sponsors to whom none of this would be possible without. We have to thank, of course, San Miguel Corporation, Bingo Plus, Bingo Sasaya Plaza Panalo, Eventista, exclusive partner official voting portal. And the establishment we're standing in today, ladies and gentlemen, Diamond Hotel, the official and one and only partner residence. Long Beach Pearl Crown. Gadang Ricky Reyes, chain of salons, the official makeup artist and hairstylist. Coco Life, believing in Filipino, the official insurance. Jansen, the Miss Earth Foundation, Kitco Travel and Tours, Viking Transports, the official bus partners, Pacific Blue Transport Services, the official airport transfer, Partas, official bus partner, Ashley Lauren, the DENR, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, and Double Dragon Incorporation, MMDA and PNP, the Philippine National Police. And that does us for the incredible sponsors for this evening's incredible event.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Actually, Jessica, before we move on, I'd like to acknowledge a queen we missed. She's here right now. Can we have Drita Ziri, our Miss Earth, of course, 2023. We missed you. Yes, actually, we want you here. I love the new hair color. I missed you. Maybe a few words.
You caught me off guard there. Hello, everyone. Hello, ladies. I'm your Miss Earth 2023. It's an honor to be part of Miss Earth again. I certainly enjoyed my time in Vietnam, and then last year, my time here crowning Jessica and her elemental cord. I've seen your journey so far. It has been incredible. I hope you know the values of the journey that you seek here. It's not only about the glamour, it's actually being hand to hand with people who call these pageants the people's pageant. And those are very wise words from the people who are following your every step of this journey. Until the coronation night, I know this week is gonna be very nerve-wracking and stressful, and you're going to be going through a lot of emotions, but I hope you keep to your core that beyond the crown, what's really important and what you're going to take the rest of your life, even if you win the crown, is the journey to the crown. And that's one of the most important parts of the Miss Earth. So I really hope you take that with you. And I really want to say a few words to Jessica. You've had an amazing year.
Yes.
Hard shoes to fill, ladies. But I wish good luck to each and every one of you and a lot of success to the new elemental cord that's going to be crowned on November 5.
Thank you so much, Rita. For someone who's not prepared, that sounds... You're good. Rita, can we invite you
right there.
to later for the awarding? We'll make it work a little bit. All right. Thank you, Drita. Now let's move on.
And that is what it means to be a queen, ladies and gentlemen. Ready to inspire and empower even on a last-minute notice.
Yes.
Now, thank you once again to all our sponsors, partners, and empowering women gracing us in this room tonight. Your support helps keep the Miss Earth mission alive.
All right. So again, we have our winners for the Adventista's Best Appearance Continental awards. Okay, Jessica, maybe we can move on here. All right. So maybe you can tell us a little bit more about this category, Jessica.
Yes, of course. Eventistia's one vote platform, trusted by many pageants all over the world. We would like to call our award presenters Miss Earth Water 2024, Bea Milian Windorski. And our Miss Earth Air 2024, Raven. One day I will get her Icelandic name right, but today is not that day.
Yes. Okay. So here are the Adventista's Best Appearance Continental winners for Miss Earth 2025 for Asia and Oceania with 12.04% of the votes.
Northern Marianas. For Europe with 8.74 points. Italy.
And now for Africa, with 1.86% of the votes, Ghana. With a lot of fans in the room. Did you vote for her?
I'll certainly vote for the traditional, sustainable wear.
Yes, love the outfit. And our last for the Americas, Jessica.
Yes, our last was certainly not least, leading with 12.28% of the votes, making her the overall winner.
Wow.
We have
Mexico.
Mexico.
There you have it. Congratulations to all our 4 winners for earning the highest votes. Okay, yes. And receiving the Hope Star for the Miss People's Choice round. There. Okay. Okay, we'll have one. I think we have one more surprise or special award for tonight. Moving on to the Bridge to Silver Radiance Award. Okay.
This is a very special announcement, ladies and gentlemen, from Eventista.
Okay, now this is the Bridge Silver Radiance Award. Sorry. The official winner for the Silver Radiance Award for Miss Earth 2025. Okay, and the winner is Mexico.
Congratulations, Mexico, for winning those 2 very special awards. And up next, we have a few more awards for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Next would be the Miss People's Choice voting reminder, of course. This is a reminder to everyone that the official voting portal for Miss Earth 2025 is open on Eventista's One Vote platform. Only one winner will earn a direct entry into the top 25 finalists. So you have to vote, right?
Yes, this is an incredible opportunity for one of these lucky delegates. Simply by you showing your support, they can earn a fast-track pass to the top 25. Go visit missearth2025.onevoting.com to show your support for your favorite delegate.
So once again, the Miss People's Choice category is more than counting votes. It's about support, inspiration, and the power of fans from around the brightest on the coronation night.
I'll tell you what, that will be a very hard decision to make. I
Yes.
think all these girls shine as bright as a silver lining, but we are not done for the evening yet. The contestant with the highest voting score worldwide will be officially crowned Miss People's Choice and, as mentioned, will earn a direct ticket. So please do not forget to cast your votes on missearth2025.onevoting.com.
And once again, the vote is powered by Eventista, the #1 trusted voting platform for beauty pageants. Maraming salamat, Eventista, for this.
And now, finally, the moment
Here
we
we
have
go.
all been waiting for.
All right.
We will continue with our recognitions for the evening. Let's move forward to the Green Leaders in Action awarding ceremony.
Okay, so this is what's going to happen. We're going to have bronze, silver, and gold medalists overall, right? So it means these are the 3 best overall for the whole edition of Miss Earth 2025. Are you ready, ladies? Yeah, okay. Jessica, I'll give you the honor of announcing our bronze winner.
I'm too nervous to read it.
Of course,
I'm so excited.
Rita Ziri, our Miss Earth 2023. Okay. Okay, there you go. Okay. Okay, so for our gold medalists pala, alright, sorry. So our bronze medalists rather.
For our bronze, we have... Can I get a drum roll, please, from the delegates? Love the enthusiasm. Europe Group 1. France, Italy, Portugal, Netherlands, England, Wales, and Scotland.
Congratulations, our bronze medalists for Green Leaders in Action 2025.
Can we please give it up for our bronze medalists,
Yes.
Europe Group #1.
Our inaugural bronze medalists for Green Leaders in Action. Once again, congratulations, Europe 1, for bagging the bronze medal. I think they're so happy right now.
Yes, it must have been a very difficult decision for the judges, but
It
they've
was.
certainly earned it. And up next, we have our silver medal for the green campaigns.
Oh my God, here we go. Our bronze medalists are, silver rather, Thank you for the correction. Silver medalists coming from the Americas Group 2, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Belize, and Nicaragua.
Congratulations, America's Group 2. This is just more motivation for each of us to read that story.
I think with this win, we'll have more promotions for the book, right? Much needed boost online from our fans worldwide. Once again, our silver medalists for Green Leaders in Action 2025. Congratulations, ladies. Big victory hug there from our ladies.
We love to see the sisterhood. And last but not least,
Here we go.
our gold award being crowned by our very own Miss Earth 2023, Drita Ziri. Can we have a round of applause, please?
Alrighty, Jessica, of course, as a reigning queen, I'll give you the honor of announcing our gold medalists for Green Leaders in Action.
How very exciting. Can I have our last drum roll for the evening, please? And the winner of the gold award is Asia and Oceania 2. Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Pakistan, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Macau.
Congratulations, our gold medalists for Green Leaders in Action 2025. And I'm wearing the winning.
And just in time for Christmas, congratulations!
A great Christmas gift, I think, for all of our ladies for Group Asian Oceania.
So much for that.
Once again, congratulations to our gold medalists for Green Leaders in Action 2025. Once again, to our powerhouse judges, delegates, and viewers, thank you so much for being part of this milestone moment.
Yes, but can we please give every single delegate in the room a round of
Of
applause?
course.
Each of those presentations is more inspiring than the next, and you
We
should
look
all be
forward.
so proud of
We
yourselves.
look forward for all of your projects to materialize in the future. Congratulations in advance to everyone.
Absolutely, and can we please also give a round of applause to our powerhouse all-female panel
Yes,
of judges.
maraming salamat.
I'm sure that was a very difficult decision to make, but we've all done so well. Thank you for being a part of this inspiring milestone.
And of course, let's carry this energy forward to keep creating projects that heal the planet and inspire our people. But of course, Jessica, invite all of our viewers right now to not miss our coronation upcoming this week.
That is absolutely, wow, this week, can
Yes.
you believe it? That is absolutely right. This Wednesday, the 5th of November, at the Cove, Okada, Manila, you can come and watch the Miss Earth 2025 Silver Anniversary Coronation live, or you can tune in on the Miss Earth official Instagram and YouTube channels to watch the next Miss Earth be crowned. Not to mention, this will be airing on Kapamilya channel on November 9th.
Once again, this has been Green Leaders in Action 2025, Project Management and Pitching on Environmental Advocacy. So see you soon and stay green, everyone.
Magandang gabi.
Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Congratulations to our winners.